Hello, everyone. It's Jennifer Hiller here, your trusted realtor from eXp Realty. And today I'm here to give you an exciting market update for August 2023 in the ever-growing Smith County, Texas. Whether you're a buyer or seller, this update is tailored just for you. So let's dive right in. All right, first up, let's talk about inventory. Currently, it looks like we have about a 4.63 month supply of inventory, which means that if no new homes were to come on the market today, it would take about 139 days to sell all the existing homes currently on the market. This number gives us an insight into the balance between supply and demand in Smith County right now. Now let's look at the trend over the last 12 months. The month's supply of inventory has seen a significant increase of 78.8%. This indicates that 78.8% more homes have been listed compared to the number of homes sold over the past year. It's important for sellers to keep an eye on this trend in order to stay competitive in the market with a growing number of inventory. For buyers, it may influence your decision-making process. Just knowing that there are more homes to consider now than we've seen on the market over the past few years. Another crucial factor to consider is the list to sold price percentage, which currently stands at an impressive 97.6%. Impressive because we're seeing more homes coming on the market. This means that on average, homes in Smith County are still selling at 97.6% of their list price. Excuse me. Because we're leaning more towards a balanced market now, this data reflects the negotiation power of buyers and sellers in our current market. This trend is on a downward slope though, which means we could start seeing slightly lower list prices as we continue to inch closer to a balanced market. If you're wondering how quickly homes are selling these days, the median number on market is currently at 29 days. This figure gives us an idea of the average time it takes for a home to go from list to sold status. It's important to note that this number may vary depending on factors such as location, price range, and condition of the property, things like that. Sellers take note, though, as we move into a more balanced market, this number will continue to rise closer to the 60 to 90-day mark. So make sure your pricing strategy properly reflects this new market's expectations. Buyers, this means that you may have a little more time to shop for your dream home and even to negotiate a slightly lower purchase price or concessions than what we've seen over the past several years. This chart indicates the market's median sold price. In August, the median sold price in Smith County was at $325,000. This figure represents the midpoint of all the homes sold last month. It's essential to keep track of this data if you're planning to buy or sell a home, because it always provides valuable insights into the market's overall performance. You can see in the graph that throughout this past year, median sold prices have fluctuated in correspondence with each season's market. Despite what you may be hearing in the news, though, home prices are not falling. Rather, the price growth we've experienced over the past several years is simply normalizing, which is just reflective of the season we're in right now. But by all means, don't let this more balanced market scare you one bit. The rapid pace of home price growth that we saw in the market during COVID was not at all normal and 100% not sustainable. Basically, it had to slow down eventually, and that's exactly what we're seeing happen now. Speaking of unsustainable, can we talk about those interest rates for just a second? According to Freddie Mac, our nation has not seen interest rates below 3.5%, like ever, except for 2 short years during the pandemic. Why? To re-stimulate the market. It's that simple. Just like in 1981, rates skyrocketed to more than 16%. Why is that? Because the Fed needed to curb inflation. How did they do it? Well, by raising the rates on credit in order to force the economy to lower prices. If you'll notice, we didn't spend more than about 12 years suffering through interest rates higher than 10%. But over just the 47-year span you see in this chart, we've enjoyed interest rates of under 10% mark for 36 of those years. So I'm not sure why buyers ever thought that 3.5% or less could ever become our new normal, but hopefully this chart will help put today's rates back into perspective for you. Now, mind you, this chart is outlining each year's average 30-year fixed rate. The rates weren't fixed for any specific year. For example, in the early 80s, looks like rates actually maxed out at closer to 20%, much higher than what's on this chart here. In 1998, I actually bought my first house at 4.4% 30-year fixed rate, which is a couple points lower than the average for that year on this chart. In 2008, I bought a house with a 10% adjustable rate mortgage, higher than what we see on this chart here. And in 2015, I settled back into a 4% 30-year fixed rate, which is right around what we're seeing on this chart. So I think it's pretty important to realize that every year we'll experience interest rates highs and lows, but anything within about a 5 to 7% range for interest rates is actually considered normal. Another very important truth to remember is that interest rates will always directly impact home prices, meaning when rates increase, home prices will generally decrease, and vice versa. When rates decrease, home prices will typically increase a bit. So don't ever get stuck on where interest rates are. They're just a part of the home buying and financing equation. So consider everything. Reach out to a great lender. I've got several I can refer to you, and just do what makes sense for you and your family and your financial situation and goals. So that wraps up my market update for August 2023 in Smith County, Texas. I hope that you found this information helpful and informative. And if you have any questions or would like to discuss your specific real estate needs, I hope you won't hesitate to reach out to me, your favorite power agent in East Texas here. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. But until next time, take care and happy home hunting.